contributions in my opinion, but one which thought again, he had a pretty big jumper with about 4 years left and had those 2 clutch free throws.
Yeah, I thought Devin was probably one of the guys that were just felt pretty sharp all night, and I thought he was pretty vocal in one of the later timeouts, just about body language, energy, just finishing the job. And I thought he was pretty just a very professional, mature game. I thought by his production and the way he went about it.
And then that's 50 wins, first time for the Spurs at 16-17. What does that mean for the franchise? I know we got bigger goals, more important things, but what does that mean?
No, that's real. I mean, it's one of those things we've done this year where we're not going to avoid that or try to act like that. 50 wins in this league is tough. We don't need to make it more than that, and we're not going to avoid it. 50 wins in this league is hard to get. That team tonight played their butts off and took us to the end 48 minutes without their best player. So we're not going to apologize for 50 wins. We're not going to avoid like that's not hard to do in this league. And with that being said, it's just a part of the journey and hopefully makes us hungry to try to get 51 next game.
At the start of the season, you said the offense was going to be a work in progress. You're the number one offense for like almost 2 months now. How is the work in progress going?
Yeah, I think it's grown for sure. I think our defense has played a big part of that because when we can get out and play and transition in an open court, I think you see a lot of the dynamic talent that we have and the variety of personnel that could be on the court. And I think the guys are really committed to trying to understand the nuances and details of the offense. And what I mean by that is timing, spacing, sequential actions where you don't get bogged down in terms of the ball stops or you don't have pace and you continue to try to probe and find advantages throughout a possession. And the guys get a lot of credit for that because we have a lot of guys that are very dynamic with the basketball in their hands, and we know the only way that it was going to work is if we played together and set screens for each other and space for each other and pass to each other.
Early in the game, Victor was kind of having trouble getting downhill. They destroyed their tiny bodies. He was cutting along the right points. I feel like early in the season, you guys might have just, offense just might have kind of slowed down, fall apart when that was happening. What has the team as a whole been able to do, and the coaching staff as a whole been able to do to like solve those problems quicker, and especially with the way Steph is playing, like how instrumental has he been?
Yeah, he's been great. I mean, there's probably 2 things that come to mind when you say that. You know, one is if there's crowds and you have the ball, pass it. If there's crowds elsewhere, it may open up for somebody to attack and be aggressive to try to get to the paint, whether that's for themselves or a teammate. And I think a big part of that also, most specifically for Victor, but other people too, when they're guarded as tight and physical, is sometimes the best way to create advantages is screening for your teammate or maybe dribble hand off for your teammate, things like that to give your teammate a direct advantage.
Short-handed bench, needs Carter for Mason in there to work for.
I thought they were great. I thought Carter a couple times, got on his heels and started overthinking a little bit, and that always is part of the reason why I don't have my whole voice because I get going a little bit. But he's doing great, and we needed every minute tonight. We're going to need minutes from a lot of guys here in this next stretch, and it's been great to have Mason back out on the court. And I thought J-Mac was, again, 10 minutes of really mature professional basketball that we needed every second.
Are you claiming to be more hoarse than usual? Because you sound the same to me.
No, I was just alluding to that's why I am hoarse always, because Carter's one of the main guys.
Much big picture, where have been the main leadership moments that have stuck out to you this season?
I think he's done a great job of understanding moments. I think he's done a great job at times of maybe not having the best game, but when we need it, being locked in and understanding whatever needs to be executed in that moment, whether it's, half-court execution where the ball needs to go, setting the right screen and the right angle to be able to create the advantage we want, to play fundamentally sound and not to give the least chance possible on the possession for the things that we can control. And when he does that, he's tough.
That resiliency that he shows, what impact does that have on the group?
Yeah, I think we have a couple people that embrace those moments. Doesn't mean that they'll always work out in our way or we'll always make the right decision or the ball will go in or we'll get the stop. But we have some young people that are really embracing of those moments and wanting to step up. And that's a fun group to be a part of. So you kind of learn together.
Coach, there are a small number of what you would call, definitive superstars in the league. Kawhi is one of them. When you find out that he's not in the game, how does that change anything on your team?
Yeah, I mean, anytime someone who's going to leave imprints on a game like Kawhi, the game is going to be different. There's a lot of ways that it can be different, obviously, but I think the one thing that we knew and we saw is that team plays hard for 48 minutes, and Ty is very unbothered by doing things outside the box and being creative and playing whoever or guarding whomever with whatever. And there was a moment where they brought in a few players that had not played the whole game and they flipped the game. And I think that's a elite coach team, and that's nothing that I would not expect when you play those guys.
Thank you. Thanks, man.